everyone. We are high school students from Beijing 101 Middle School and Haidian French Language Experimental School. Since the summer of 2022, we have created a club at our school to teach English to visually impaired children. Through teaching practice for most of the year and academic research on English learning for visually impaired children, we summarize our experience and figure out problems in teaching. We hope that our project can help more visually impaired children master English skills better.
In China, the number of people with visual impairment is as high as 17.31 million, which means that there's 1 in every 80 people that is blind, and children make up the majority of them. The unfortunate congenital conditions and the lack of learning resources for visually impaired children make it difficult for most of them to receive a well primary education. Like us, visually impaired children must attend schools and take exams. For example, English. They have to master 1,500 words in the 9-year compulsory education and 3,500 words if they go on to take the college entrance exams. However, the most challenging part of their English learning is vocabulary.
The Braille alphabet is shown below, with a Braille dot corresponding to each letter shown on it. For the visually impaired group to memorize words, they need to first correspond the Braille dots of the letters and then combine the letters into words. Let's take the word red as an example. This is the Braille dots of letter R, E, and D. So the Braille dot of the word red is like this.
In practice, we find two main problems. First, visually impaired children cannot memorize word spelling and have to rely on their hearing. They need a teacher to help them read each letter of a word and write down Braille dots to memorize Braille by touch. However, such teachers are scarce in China, and only a few lucky children can attend such one-on-one classes. This results in the vast majority of visually impaired children having to memorize these words in the limited classroom time, which causes them great learning difficulties. Secondly, the internet technology available to ordinary students brings convenience to our education. However, most internet companies' technological learning products do not cover visually impaired children. Being able to replace human resources through science and technology can benefit more visually impaired children.
To better understand how visually impaired children know the English words, we did academic investigation to the blind children in Qingdao School of Blind about their learning of English for several months. We used our knowledge of AP statistics and applied it using SPSS statistical software from September 2022 with the help of Beijing Aibaifu Center for the Visually Impaired and the teacher from Qingdao School for the Blind. We contacted the visually impaired students. We understand the situation by using questionnaires and interviews to collect data on their learning process.
After collecting all the questionnaires, we used Chromebook's alpha coefficient to conduct reliability. By calculation, we produced a reliability index of 0.980 for 100 questionnaires. The reliability of each subscale is above 0.9, indicating that internal consistency of each influencing factor questionnaires also met the requirements. We also tested the skill with the KMO test and Bartlett spherical test, and the KMO value of this questionnaire was 0.959, which is more significant than the traditional value of 0.7. This indicates that the validity of the questionnaire is high and can be analyzed further.
Subsequently, we analyzed the data of the visually impaired children separately in 3 dimensions: the analysis of attitudes, cognition, and effective social aspects toward English vocabulary learning. In the analysis, we found that, firstly, when visually impaired children encounter unfamiliar words in their daily English vocabulary learning, They can only rely on teachers. And also, they have no other way to learn English vocabulary. They memorize it by rote and forget it quickly. Usually, they will forget the recited words within 2 days. Secondly, the visually impaired children seldom communicate with their classmates and teachers in English during class, which is even more impossible after class. They also rarely encourage themselves when they face some troubles. Thirdly, based on the singularity and difficulty of word memorization methods, visually impaired children have little interest in learning English vocabulary. Therefore, it's very challenging to let them remember words.
Our academic research gave us the theoretical basis for our future solution. In the process, we researched the habits of visually impaired children on smartphones and other devices, considered the idea of the iPhone's assistive features for the blind, and spent a lot of time simulating the learning process of blind children. For financial reasons, we could not develop for both Android and Apple systems, so we decided to use WeChat applets, which can be used in both Android and Apple systems, and the programming difficulty is significantly reduced.
Our mini program is divided into 3 sections. The first one is to let the users choose a group of words that they are going to remember. The second one is to make it available for users to have the user-defined interface. The last one is a function of searching the word in our database and sharing the targeting words. Let's start with the first one. By clicking the button, we come to the page of choosing words. The words in our database are piled up in the order of the alphabet. Click the button marked as Words Start with B. We can see the word baby. Let's take the word baby as an example. From left to right, the user can choose to hear the point correspondability of the divided letters in the word, the spelling of the word, and the pronunciation of the whole word. There are 2 buttons below to change the word that the user is going to remember. Now, let's see the second function, which is different from any other applets you can find on the market. The change of spelling speed, the word size, and the color. The first line is about the change in speed. The second line is about the size of the word. The third line is about the color of the word. The last one is about the background color of the mini program. Going back to the main screen, let's focus on the last function, searching and sharing words. This function is mainly for the teachers that want to use this mini program to give the homework of memorizing words to the vision impaired kids. Click the button. We come to the page of searching specific word in our database. Let's search for apple. Here we go. By clicking the blue button, we can add this word into our user-defined list. We can also remove the word after the blue button turned into red. We can view our list by pressing the button below. That's the list. We can share this list to others using sharing. After that, we can see the word list out of the mini program. This is a visual angle of the person who received the list. Click into the shared link. We come straight to the word list. Very convenient, you can see.
In January 2023, we start the first trial run of our mini program demo. According to the teachers from the School for the Blind, our program has dramatically improved their efficiency in teaching. and arouse their students' interest in learning English. What touched us most is that more and more people start to concern about those visually impaired children, their learning, and their life. We're helping them to learn English, while they're also helping us to learn the value of life.
Every one of us who is healthy is also limited by our own experience and learning, which makes us unable to understand the world beyond our perception. In this sense, we are all blind to some extent. And because of our persistence for most of the year, we gradually realize how lucky we are to have a healthy body, a happy family, and diverse learning opportunities. But beyond our lives, there are many people in need, apart from the fact that they have all kinds of non-subjective misfortunes in their lives. They are just like us. Therefore, using our resources and opportunities to help them is even more critical. This also reinforces our future hope to help more disadvantaged people in society through the power of technology.
Now, our project is still improving. In the new generation version of our applet, some running bugs will be modified and some new functions will be added. In addition, we are preparing to develop a physical keyboard, which can be linked through Bluetooth and mobile phones, so that the braille spelling of such word will pop up directly from the physical keyboard. And also visually impaired children can know what the word is just by touching, and do not need to memorize it through sound. Similarly, this method can help them remember Chinese words and complete more learning tasks.